Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Can you see the board clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. This side, if I write, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
From up some like.
Is it visible?
No, sir.
No.
Not visible.
No.
Sir, once can you explain esterification?
First wait, man.
Sir, down you cannot see. Now, sir, it is comfortable.
Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Well, in this class, I had a plan to show you the spectrum of reactions of phenols. As you know that phenol is more acidic than ethanol. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Sir, we talked about an idea like if I have HF, HCl, HBr, HI, which is most acidic and why? Can I make any generalization using this comparison? Well, I am talking about 17th group, which we have studied in inorganic chemistry. We can take 16th group, I have no problem. Or for that matter, you can take 15th group, I have no issue. In whatever the group you take, sir, when you are going down in the hydrides, what is happening to acidic strength? So what is an acid fundamental?
Decreasing, sir.
Increasing.
I just want to know this fundamental question. What exactly is an acid? Can I say that methane is an acid? If I compare methane with, say, nitric acid, if I compare it with sulfuric acid, 1, 2, 3. Can we think that all the three are acids? What is an acid, by the way? Can I say hydrogen itself is an acid? Hello?
No, sir.
Actually, what is an acid? You know, old definitions are there. Acid is anything that is sour to taste. Anything that can turn the blue litmus to red color. Anything that can react with the metal to give hydrogen gas. All these are old definitions of an acid. But what do you think when I say acid? How do you feel really in your mind? How do you react? We have a very leisurely discussion. I'm not really intention. Yeah. Yes, sir. What do you think about it? Hello. Well, how many students have joined by this time, sir?
28, 27.
Why my strength is something like 70. So I
did not send that link.
why he is supposed to send no? Maybe they have other class.
No, sir. Class is completed.
Then he is supposed to send no. Please, why can you coordinate till everybody joins? We leisurely talk about this. Sir, please try to see that all will join. Okay? Because this is an important discussion. One reaction I am going to talk to is very important. Well,
Sir, till they join, can you explain esterification?
What esterification I have to do in carboxylic acids chapter, or probably you can do in this chapter also. I did not talk anything about esterification yet. I simply used a word that carboxylic acids and their derivatives react with alcohols or phenols, the H plus of alcohol or phenol will get out with the OH of carboxylic acid. See, carboxylic acid is RCOOH. In RCOOH, that OH part. In ROH, the H part will be lost as water. Therefore, now what is remaining in RCOOH if you remove OH?
O is
Excuse me?
COO. RCO.
Again. In RCOOH, you are removing OH.
Yes.
Are you seeing my board? In
Yes, sir.
RCOOH, you are removing OH. What you are left out with? Hello.
RC double bond O.
You have RCO. And in alcohol R-OH, you have removed H because this H plus of alcohol and OH minus of acid left as water. So what is remaining in alcohol if you remove H plus? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In alcohol ROH, you have removed H plus. What is removed? What is remaining?
R dash.
Yeah.
OR dash. Sorry.
Alkoxide ion RO minus is remaining. That RO minus is replacing this OH minus. Replacement of RO minus is called as esterification because the product which you got is called ester.
Ester.
Suppose here you take acetic acid. Okay, very good. Here you take, say, propanol, prop-OH. Now, here the R is methyl. Here the R dash is propyl group. Okay, sir? This is propyl group, 1, 2, 3 carbons. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, what is the name of this compound? Propyl. This is propyl group. Propyl
Ethanol.
ethanoate. Alkyl alkanoate. Instead of propyl alcohol, you can take butyl alcohol. You will get butyl ethanoate. Instead of acetic acid, you can take some pentanoic acid. Pentanoic acid and propanol. What do you get, sir? Hello? Hello? Pentanoic acid reacts with propanol. What do you get?
Propyl pentanol.
Propyl pentanoate. Alkyl alkanoate. Propyl pentanoate. Any problem?
No, sir.
Now let's think of all combinations as you are opening this. You have benzoic acid, okay. Organic acid, aromatic acid. When benzoic acid is reacting with ethyl alcohol, that H plus of ethyl alcohol, OH minus of benzoic acid are lost as water because you are using somebody who takes away water like concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay. Now what do you get, sir? The H plus and OH are lost. So what do you get?
Ethanoate.
You will be getting this O is combined with OCH2. CH2. So what is this, sir? Ethyl benzoate. Ethyl
Benzoate.
benzoate. Suppose you are reacting benzoic acid with phenol. Now the hydrogen of phenol and OH of benzoic acid are lost as water.
Phenol benzoate.
C double bond O,
Phenyl benzoate.
phenyl benzoate. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So instead of taking phenyl benzoate, You take benzyl alcohol. Now the hydrogen of benzyl alcohol, OH of benzoic acid are lost as water. Then what you get?
Toluene.
OCH2 C6H. What is this, sir?
Toluene
Benzyl
Benzoate. Benzyl
benzoate.
benzoate is sold in all medical shops as a white emulsion. If you apply this on skin, itchy sense will be controlled. Benzyl benzoate. This particular reaction, how the carboxylic acid and the alcohol would react to give ester is called esterification. What is it called?
Esterification.
Esterification reaction can be catalyzed by an acid like sulfuric acid or by any OH. Then this can be called acid catalyzed esterification, or it can be base catalyzed esterification. How this esterification happens, we will be studying the detailed path mechanism, probably in another chapter or in this chapter according to the availability of time. Did they give mechanism of esterification in your textbook? What I do is, at 12 o'clock, we switch over to textbook mode. Then we will be examining the textbook. Now, at the moment, I want to tell you some reactions. And I want you to... What did you say?
2-hour class, sir.
Excuse me?
Is it 2 hours class, sir?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I will put 2 hours. If you mind, I will close in 1 hour. All that is your wish, sir. At the end of the day, whatever you want, I will do. Okay? So don't worry, don't be emotional. Okay, come on. If you want me to continue, I will continue. If you don't want, we will not continue. You should enjoy the discussion. You should not.
So 1 hour is enough, sir.
Your wish, whatever you say is fine. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, I was wondering, if basically I am looking at what is an acid. That's my question. How many fellows have joined, by the way?
42.
41.
Very good.
41.
Very good. Now, slowly we are talking on the subject. Can I call hydrogen as acid? Can I think that nitric acid is an acid? Can I say H2SO4 is an acid? Can methane be an acid? Basically, what is an acid? That is my question. I just leisurely looking at. Can anybody tell me, sir, what is an acid? And can I say all these are acids? According to the acid-base theories, hello?
Yes, sir.
Any substance that can dissociate, to release a H plus is called acid. You have studied in junior intermediate chapter
Chemical.
Ionic equilibrium.
Ionic equilibrium.
in ionic equilibrium. According to which you know that any material that breaks down to give H plus ion, a proton donor is called as a Lowry-Bronsted acid. A proton donor, it should give H plus. Therefore, I would say that in the aqueous solution, H2SO4 happily gives H plus and HSO4 minus. This is the way I read HSO4 minus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is H plus aqueous. It is HSO4 minus aqueous because in water it is forming. Obviously, HNO3 is an acid because it can do H plus aqueous in water plus NO3 minus aqueous in water. Now, if you want hydrogen to be an acid, it should give H plus and it should also give H minus. If you want methane to be an acid, it should give CH3 minus and H plus aqueous. So it can give H plus provided it is giving a minus ion that is somehow stable. If the minus ion that is conjugate base, if it is stable, it can give H plus. If the conjugate base is not stable, it will never form. If it never forms, H plus also never comes out. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Therefore, the possibility of anybody to give H plus, the possibility of anybody to be an acid, Depends on what? Depends on
Whether it can give stable conjugate base.
the stability of conjugate base. If the conjugate base is stabilized, well, it can happily give H plus. Now, how the conjugate base can be stabilized? Conjugate base always has minus ion. The minus charge will be existing provided if that minus charge is distributed or if that minus charge is minimized. It means conjugate base is stabilized by resonance. Conjugate base is stabilized by some other factor. Then of course it can form. If I am looking at H plus and H minus, the minus charge is there on a very small atom like hydrogen. The nucleus is not able to control the extra electron. It will be highly unstable. It never forms. So hydrogen can never act as acid. Why? Because it can't give H plus, as H minus become very unstable and H plus has no electron. It is not possible. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. If I look at a CH4, if it gives H plus, the CH3 minus, the negative charge is there on carbon. Carbon is not so electronegative to retain the negative charge. So CH3 minus is very unstable as carbon is not able to hold that negative charge. Therefore, methane is very less likely to act as
acid.
Now, if I am looking at ethene, sir, the sp2 hybridized carbons are more electronegative than sp3. Therefore, if you compare, ethene is a better acid. You know what is ethene? CH2 double bond CH2. Can be a better acid than methane. Can you see it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But in fact, ethene is also not a good acid. If I am looking at acetylene, in acetylene or ethyne, the sp hybridized carbon is much more electronegative. Therefore, it has a better opportunity to keep the minus charge because electron attractive power of carbon becomes more when it is sp hybridized. Therefore, acetylide ion is somewhat stable than your methanide ion. Hence, acetylene is a better acid than methane. Can you see it, sir, clearly? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But whatever you do, whether carbon is sp3 or sp2 or sp, this is not really more electronegative. It is somewhat acidic, but not a serious acid. If you are looking at ammonia, the nitrogen is really more electronegative than carbon. Therefore, NH2 minus ion is somewhat more stable than your acetylide ion. Therefore, in ammonia and acetylene, if you compare, which is more acidic, sir? Hello?
Ammonia.
Hello? Hello?
Ammonia.
Yes, sir.
Ammonia and acetylene, which is more acidic?
Ammonia.
Ammonia.
Because obviously, the carbon is less electronegative than nitrogen. Therefore, the conjugate base of acetylide ion is less stable than NH2 minus amide ion. Hence, amide ion forms more readily than acetylide ion. It means that ammonia is better acidic than acetylene. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, let us go to the next idea. I am looking at water. If water gives H plus, it gives OH minus. Now, which is more electronegative, sir? Oxygen or nitrogen?
Oxygen.
Obviously, then minus charge is somewhat better in OH minus ion than in NH2 minus. So, water is more acidic than what? Then what?
Ammonia.
Ammonia. Now, I look at HF. What about HF, sir? Fluorine is most electronegative amongst all elements. Therefore, HF is much more acidic than your water. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, notice that here we are looking at the stability of conjugate base in terms of electronegativity. But actually, there are many better phenomena where minus charge is removed. Minus charge on any ion can be removed by high electronegative central atom is only one aspect. But the minus charge can also be removed by many other factors like resonance. Resonance is a wonderful phenomena where the minus charge is really taken away completely. The more is the possibility of resonance, the greater is the stability of conjugate base. The greater is the stability of conjugate base, more acidic it is. Are we clear it is, sir? Hello?
Yes.
So let me conclude. An acid is a substance that can bleach H plus. Point number 1. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Along with H plus, it gives a conjugate base. The stability of conjugate base depends on many factors. A, size. If the minus ion size is small, the negative charge density is concentrated in a small volume, so it will be unstable. H minus is least stable because minus charge is concentrated in very small hydrogen nucleus, around hydrogen nucleus. If I compare H minus and F minus is the best. Why? Because fluorine atom is somewhat okay and fluorine is more electronegative. It can hold the negative charge. Therefore, the possibility of F minus formation is much more greater than the possibility of
H minus.
yes. So that's one idea. Electronegativity of the central atom where the negative charge is resting matters. If I am comparing CH4, NH3, H2O, HF. Why I am comparing in the second period, these are the elements we have: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. When I am going from left to right, if I am looking at their hydrides,
Increases.
whenever they are losing a H plus, I am getting a conjugate base. Which conjugate base is more stable, sir? Which is more stable?
F
F minus.
Therefore, in the hydrides, in any period, from left to right, the acidic strength, what happens?
Increases.
Therefore, which is a better acid in methane, in ammonia, in water, and HF? Which is better
HF.
acid?
HF.
Anybody is having a doubt on this?
No, sir.
Congratulations, we have learned one idea. Now I want to examine another idea. I am looking at hydrides down in blue. We clearly know that in ammonia, water, HF is a better acid. Very good. On the basis of electronegativity, I decided that F minus ion is stable, therefore HF is more acidic. Very good. But I pointed out the stability of a conjugate base not only depends on electronegativity, but mainly it is decided by other factors like size. The bigger the anion, the more negative charge is distributed in large volume, so it prefers to form easily. Also, if there is any factor like resonance means any system that has single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, like conjugation. Negative charge, single bond, double bond, negative charge, single bond, double bond. Any such conjugation is there, then the negative charge can move away. That resonance gives extraordinary stability. So there are two other aspects: electronegativity, size, possibility of resonance, which it takes away negative charge. Now, if I look at HF, HCl, HBr, HI. No doubt, electronegativity slightly decreases. That's not a big deal. What is a big deal is size. When I am coming from fluorine to iodine, the size of iodide ion is very big. If the size is very big, that negative charge is distributed in large volume, then that gets stability. Therefore, which is a better acid in HF, HCl, HBr, HA? Which is better acid, sir?
HI, sir.
HI is much more powerful acid than the HF. The order of acidic strength is HF is less acidic than HCl, HCl is less acidic than HBr, HBr is less acidic than what?
HI.
HI is wonderful acid. It is a better acid even than sulfuric acid. Are you very clear about it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now we are looking at the next slide. When I am looking at the acidic strength of acids, I am talking about acidic strength. I have it is called sulfurous acid. It is called sulfuric acid, H2SO4. It has more oxygen, it has less oxygen. Suppose it is losing H plus. Now I am getting bisulfite anion. Okay, sir? Suppose sulfuric acid is losing H plus. Then I will be getting what, sir? Sulfate, bisulfate acid. Sulfurous acid, H2SO3 gives H plus bisulfite ion. Sulfuric acid gives H plus bisulfate ion, bisulfate HSO4 minus, bisulfite HSO3 minus. Both have minus charge. My question is, if there is a minus charge on this oxygen, have you noticed minus charge, single bond, double bond? Can you see it, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the minus charge can come here, the minus charge can go there. So it can have two resonance possibilities. It will become double bond, it will become single bond. How many possibilities are there, sir? Two. Due to this resonance possibility, H2SO3 can easily lose H plus and make a bisulfite ion. So sulfurous acid is a okay kind of acid. Are you clear? Hello?
Clear, sir.
Yes.
Now, if H2SO4 is losing H plus, the minus charge comes here. Can you see minus charge, single bond, double bond? Minus charge, single bond, double bond. So there is more possibility of resonance. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It has more resonance canonical forms. Therefore, the hydrogen sulfate ion, bisulfate ion readily forms because it is more stabilized by resonance. So out of these two acids, sulfurous and sulfuric acid, which is a better acid?
Sulfuric acid.
Obviously, more is the number of oxygens to central atom, more is its stability. Because negative charge can be distributed over more oxygens. Here it is distributed between two oxygens. Here it is distributed between three oxygens. More distribution, more division of labor, more stability. More stability of conjugate base, more easily it gives H plus. So it is a better acid. Are we clear? Hello? Hello?
Clean, sir.
Now I was wondering, if I look at ethanol, if that ethanol color is giving a H plus, then it will give a conjugate base CH3CH2O minus. When the CH3CH2O minus forms, already there is a burden of negative charge on oxygen, which is increased by ethyl group because it has electron releasing inductive effect. The plus I effect, electron releasing inductive effect through sigma bond, increase the negative electron density on oxygen, that makes it unstable. That is the reason why ethanol is less acidic. It never prefers to form ethoxide ion normally. So ethanol is a weaker acid than water. Are we clear? Oh.
Yes.
Generally, alcohols are less acidic than water. Because in alcohols, R group is plus I, electron releasing inductive effect that destabilizes the conjugate base. Alcohols are less acidic. Are we clear? Now, when I am looking at acetic acid, acetic acid gives a H plus and a acetate ion. If I am looking at phenol, phenol gives a H plus and a phenoxide ion. Now for this acetate ion, I can write two resonance canonical forms. The negative charge comes here, the double bond goes over there. Are you seeing it clearly, sir? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Charge is there on carbon, oxygen number 1. Now it has shifted to oxygen number 2. Two resonance canonical forms are there for acetate ion.
Yes, sir.
And acetic acid is acidic because conjugate base is stabilized. When I look at phenoxide ion, sir, for phenoxide ion, I can write so many canonical forms. If you want, I will write them clearly here.
iPhone.
I will write them here clearly. Phenoxide ion has many resonance canonical forms. I am writing here. It is a phenoxide ion. The minus charge comes here and the pi electrons goes onto this carbon. The minus charge comes here, pi electrons go here. Minus charge is getting distributed on many atoms, so it is resonance stabilized. It comes here, minus charge is here. Finally, minus charge here, oxygen gets negative. O minus. So I have written how many resonance forms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I am comparing phenol, phenol gives H plus and a conjugate base that has 5 resonance canonical forms. Acetic acid gives H plus and a conjugate base that has 2 resonance canonical forms. Now I want to know acetic acid or phenol, which is better acid? Sir, which is better acid, sir?
Phenol.
Hello?
Phenol, sir.
Normally we think that more is the resonance canonical forms, more is the stability of the ion, so more readily it forms. So normally you think that phenol is more acidic than acetic acid because phenol has 5 resonance canonical forms with phenoxide ion. But unfortunately the problem here is in the resonance canonical forms of acetate ion, the negative charge is resting on oxygen. Negative charge is resting on oxygen in case 1 and case 2.
Yes.
Whereas when you are looking at the resonance canonical forms of phenol, negative charge is oscillating between oxygen and carbon. Carbon is less electronegative, it can't hold the negative charge. As a result, the resonance contribution of phenol is not greater than the resonance contribution of acetate ion. In acetate ion, negative charge is resting on oxygen. Between identical atoms, negative charge is resting. Both canonical forms are identical. Whereas in phenoxide ion, all the canonical forms are not identical. Only in 2 canonical forms, negative charge is there on oxygen. In rest, negative charge is there on carbon. Carbon is not really interested to take much negative charge due to poor electronegativity. Therefore, resonance contribution in phenol is less when compared with acetate ion. That is the reason why acetic acid is a powerful acid than phenol. If you are looking at pKa, the pKa of acetic acid is close to 5, 4.75, close to 5. The pKa of phenol is 10. It means 5 units of difference. It implies that phenol is 10 to the power 5 times weaker acid than acetic acid. In other words, acetic acid is 10 to the power 5 times, 1 lakh times powerful acid than phenol. Have you understood this very clearly or any doubt?
Understood clearly, sir.
So very clearly I am saying phenol is definitely more acidic than alcohols, but phenol is less acidic than acetic acid. How do you know, sir? Sir, in a test tube you take acetic acid, in another test tube you take phenol. In both test tubes you add a little bit sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is baking soda which you use for cooking. Baking soda is a weak base. It can readily react with better acids. So When I add sodium bicarbonate to acetic acid, immediately it will give a sound, bzzz, effervescence, and CO2 gas. Whereas phenol is silent with sodium bicarbonate. Phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate because phenol is relatively less acidic. So how can I distinguish carboxylic acid and phenol? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How
With
can I
its
distinguish
acidic
carboxylic acid and phenol, sir?
acidic strength, sir.
By adding sodium bicarbonate.
Yes, sir.
If I add sodium bicarbonate, acetic acid will give CO2 with effervescence. Phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate, no reaction. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If I have 3 test tubes, one with ethanol, one with phenol, one with acetic acid, how can you distinguish which is which? Well,
Sodium bicarbonate.
first I add sodium bicarbonate. Whatever that gives sound effervescent CO2 is acetic acid, I remove it. Now then I have ethyl alcohol and phenol. I will add a pinch of ferric chloride. With neutral ferric chloride, phenols will always give violet color. So whatever that gives me violet color with ferric chloride is phenol. Whatever that cannot give any violet color with ferric chloride is ethanol. Is that fine, sir? Hello? Hello?
Fine.
Now I have another task. I have 4 test tubes this time. In first test tube, I have dimethyl ether in one test tube. In one test tube, I have ethanol. In one test tube, I have phenol. In one test tube, I have acetic acid. So there are 4 test tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the compounds are dimethyl ether, ethanol, phenol, and acetic acid. There are 4 test tubes. Now your job is to identify which is which. How do you do, sir? Really, you can't taste anything. If you taste, you will die. In organic laboratory or in chemistry laboratory, tasting is to be avoided. Hello. I try to taste it. If it has alcohol taste, I think it is alcohol, then I will add water and drink. And then you can do it, go to heaven. If you are disturbed. So tasting is not allowed. Smelling is somewhat allowed, but not seriously. You can't really put the test tube in your mouth and smell because cyanide vapors can be toxic. So apart from smelling and tasting, you tell me other methods. Hello, sir. What is our problem?
Add sodium bicarbonate.
Our problem is to identify ether, alcohol, phenol, and acetic acid. First step, add a pinch of sodium bicarbonate in the test tubes. Whatever that gives brisk effervescence and CO2 gas is acetic acid. So it is identified, no problem. Next. Now we have 3. What to do?
Add neutral.
Neutral FeCl3.
You will add neutral ferric chloride. Whatever that gives violet color is enough. Very good. Next.
Sir, for acetic acid, what we are adding, sir?
Sir, what we are adding, sir, for acetic acid? Somebody tell me.
Sodium bicarbonate.
Sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. That is added to quickly cook some foods. Your mother is having a dabba of sodium bicarbonate. Check up whether she has. Kitchen important item.
What will be the reaction, sir?
Reaction of what?
Acetic acid and sodium bicarbonate.
You have to think it over, sir. I have written so many times. You are asking me same thing. Sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 plus acetic acid CH in the COOH gives me CH3COO, sodium acetate, a salt, plus carbon dioxide, plus water. Acid plus base is equal to salt and water. When I add sodium bicarbonate, I will also get carbon dioxide. Okay. Reaction is not there with others. So first we identified acetic acid with sodium bicarbonate, very good. You identified the phenol with ferric chloride because ferric ions combine with phenoxide ion to give a violet color complex. How to identify A and B? Ether and alcohol. How to identify that? Hello? You would notice that the alcohol, the phenol.
So we can add an halogenating agent.
Don't do all that. Simply, I am telling you the procedure. The alcohol, the phenol, and the carboxylic acid, all they have OH group. Yes or no? Do they have OH group?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anybody who has OH group can react with the sodium metal to give hydrogen gas. So your ethanol, your phenol, and your acetic acid, all they react with sodium to give hydrogen gas, but either is not having OH group, therefore either would not react with sodium. Hence, by adding a small amount of sodium, I can identify A and B. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, the actual procedure is you take ABCD test tubes. C is phenol. D is acetic acid. You take ABCD test tubes and now you put a small amount of sodium. A is not reacting. Identify A as dimethyl ether. Now you add small amount of sodium bicarbonate. Whatever that gives brief effervescence, identify as acetic acid. Now you have phenol and ethanol. Add a small amount of ferric chloride. Whatever that gives a violet coloration is phenol. That which has no reaction is ethanol. Is that fine? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So we discussed that part. Now in BCD, which is more acidic? In BCD, which is more acidic?
D.
D, sir.
Donkey is most acidic because the acetate ion has two identical resonance canonical forms. Then phenol is more acidic because it has 5 resonance canonical forms of phenoxide ion. Ethanol is least acidic because ethoxide ion is destabilized by plus I effect of ethyl group. Is that fine with us, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now I am clearing. How many students have joined? Can you go to next lesson? Next topic and next lesson, the same lesson will continue. Next idea, next important reaction.
43 students.
How many students have joined, sir?
43.
I don't know. I want 60, 70 students. All should join, no? Slowly we will go. We are not in a hurry. Anything you can ask me 100 times, I tell you no, 101 times. But this is phenol. Let us write the reaction summary of phenols. How many reactions you want to learn, sir? How many reactions you want to learn? Come on, tell me. I will write as many as you want to learn. If I am adding NaOH to phenol, urgently it gives me sodium phenoxide and water. This is an acid-base reaction called neutralization. This reaction alcohols cannot give because alcohol is less acidic. Phenol can react with NaOH. Phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate. Phenol can react only with NaOH. Are we very clear, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Why phenol is reacting with NaOH whereas ethanol is not able to react with NaOH? Answer. Phenol is more acidic than
NaOH.
Ethanol.
Phenol is more acidic than ethanol. Okay. Can phenol react with sodium bicarbonate? No. Phenol cannot react with NaHCO3 because phenol is really less acidic. when compared with acetic acid. Only acetic acid reacts with sodium bicarbonate. Okay? Why acetic acid is reacting with sodium bicarbonate? Why not with phenol? Because acetic acid is better acid than phenol. How many times better acid? 10 to the power 5 times better acid. Why it is so? Because acetic acid gives acetate ion as a conjugate base, and conjugate base is stabilized between two identical resonance canonical forms. But phenol has 5 phenoxide ion canonical forms. Why phenol is less acidic? In the canonical forms of phenoxide ion, the negative charge is resting between oxygen and carbon. All resonance forms are not identical. Hence, their contribution is less. Okay, that is reaction number 1. Are we clear about that, sir? If I am adding bromine in carbon tetrachloride, the bromine will go to ortho position or para position of benzene, keeping the OH intact. This is called aromatic electrophilic substitution of phenol. Notice Br is going to either second position or fourth position, because in the resonance canonical forms, you get minus charge in second position and fourth position. Where there is minus, there the Br attacks, because it is electrophilic substitution reaction. Are we clear? So bromine reacts with phenol in carbon tetrachloride to give orthobromo or para-bromophenol. This is a reaction of benzene nucleus called aromatic electrophilic substitution. Question: benzene or phenol which easily undergo bromination? What is your answer?
Phenol.
Phenol.
Answer is phenol, because in phenol,
OH minus is electron.
the OH minus is releasing electrons into benzene by resonance. Therefore, the conjugate base is stabilized. Hence, phenol is more reactive for aromatic electrophilic substitution. What happens if I take bromine and water? Water is a polar solvent. It too much encourages the electrophilic substitution. Therefore, in water, urgently the phenol will give white precipitate of 2,4,6-dibromophenol. Reaction is more serious with water, less serious with CCl4 or CS2. How to identify 2,4,6-dibromophenol? It is a white precipitate. Is that fine with you, sir? Hello. What happens if I add a diluted nitric acid to phenol? Diluted nitric acid will give NO2 group in ortho position or in para position. Orthonitrophenol or paranitrophenol. Only one place. Sir, phenol or orthonitrophenol, which is a better acid? Hello?
Orthonitrophenol.
Yes. Orthonitrophenol or paranitrophenol. In these two, which is a better acid? 1 or 2?
Sir, 1.
Notice that paranitrophenol is a better acid than orthonitrophenol, because no doubt NO2 is an electron withdrawing group. No doubt NO2 is stabilizing the conjugate base by resonance, no doubt. But the problem is, if the NO2 and OH are very close, there is a kind of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Because of the hydrogen bonding, H plus is allowed by NO2 too much. Because of the love affair, you don't want the H plus to go out. Yeah. If your mother is loving you too much, she will not allow you to go to college. Why she will not allow you to go to college, sir? Somebody is calling. Disconnect time. Adivani, call us. Hello. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I was wondering, if somebody's mother is loving too much, the mother will not allow the boy to go to college at all. Why like that? Because she is more worried nowadays. There is corona. We don't know whether corona is there or not there. If my son goes to college, what happens to him? All that there is tension. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes necessary tensions, sometimes unnecessary tensions. So the NO2 loves the H plus too much by intramolecular hydrogen bonding because of the closeness, and it will not allow the H plus to go out easily. Hence, 2-nitrophenol is a weaker acid than 4-nitrophenol. If the nitro is far away, there is no possibility of hydrogen bonding. But for resonance, distance hardly matters. Resonance happens if there is single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. Even if it is 2 kilometers away, it happens. For resonance, distance hardly matters. For hydrogen bonding, distance matters. The H plus and O minus must be close. So 2-nitrophenol is less acidic than 4-nitrophenol. Due to what, sir? Due to what?
Intramolecular hydrogen bond.
Now I am tempted to talk to you an idea. Sir, if I have 2-fluorophenol and 4-fluorophenol, which is better acid, sir? Hello? Hello? 2-fluorophenol, 4-fluorophenol, which is better acid in these two? 1 or 2?
1, sir.
2, sir.
2, sir.
2, sir.
If fluorine is there, always F minus can have hydrogen bonds with H plus delta. 2-fluorophenol have such a serious hydrogen bonding. In fact, 2-fluorophenol is much weaker acid than 4-fluorophenol. In fact, 2-fluorophenol is a much weaker acid than even 2-nitrophenol because hydrogen bond between F minus delta, H plus delta is very strong. Notice fluorophenols are very weakly acidic due to intramolecular hydrogen bond. Are we clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Notice hydrogen bonding is possible between H plus delta and F minus delta, H plus delta and O minus delta, H plus delta and N minus delta. Only between these three. Hydrogen bond exists between H and F, H and O, H and N, that's all. Sir, if I have 2-chlorophenol and 2-fluorophenol, which is more acidic, sir?
2-chlorophenol.
2-chlorophenol.
2-chlorophenol is more acidic because there is no issue of hydrogen bonding. Moreover, Cl is electron withdrawing by inductive effect. Because there is no hydrogen bonding, there is electron withdrawing inductive effect. 2-chlorophenol is more acidic than 2-fluorophenol. Sir, if I have 2-chlorophenol and 2-bromophenol, which is more acidic, sir?
2-chlorophenol.
Sorry, darling. 2-chlorophenol, because Cl has more electronegativity, it can withdraw electrons more effectively. Therefore, the order is very strange. Notice, 2-chlorophenol is more acidic than 2-bromophenol. 2-bromophenol is more acidic than 2-iodophenol. 2-iodophenol is more acidic than 2-fluorophenol. It is worst. Why it became worst?
Hydrogen bonding.
Hydrogen bond. You understand? It's a very important order. The order of halophenols. 2-chlorophenol is more acidic than 2-bromophenol. 2-bromophenol is more acidic than 2-iodophenol. 2-iodophenol is more acidic than 2-fluorophenol. 2-fluorophenol is dirty rogue. Why it is dirty rogue? It is because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Among us, 2-nitrophenol and 4-nitrophenol, 2-nitrophenol is less acidic. Again, because of intramolecular. Sir, instead of taking diluted nitric acid, if we take concentrated nitric acid, the NO2 group will go to 3 positions. Therefore, you are getting 2,4,6-dinitrophenol. 2,4,6-dinitrophenol. It is so acidic, it is called picric acid. It is a million times more powerful acid than phenol because so many withdrawing groups, so great stabilization of phenoxide. Nowadays, the picric acid is made in a slightly different way. First, they are reacting it with sulfuric acid and then with nitric acid. In that way, they get better yield. So anyway, what is picric acid? 2,4,6-dinitrophenol. How it is made? Either by direct nitration with concentrated nitric acid or first treat with sulfuric acid concentrated and then nitric acid. Phenol gives picric acid. Hello? Sir, what happens when phenol reacts with methyl chloride and HCl3? What is the name of this reaction? Reaction of phenol with methyl chloride AlCl. What is this reaction, sir? Reaction of benzene with methyl chloride and AlCl3 is called Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Reaction of phenol with methyl chloride and AlCl3 is also called Friedel-Crafts alkylation. In Friedel-Crafts reactions, the H plus of benzene replaced by some group. If you are replacing it with Cl, Friedel-Crafts chlorination. If you are replacing with methyl, Friedel-Crafts alkylation. What is this reaction, sir? Hello? Friedel-Crafts.
Friedel-Crafts alkylation.
So in the Friedel-Crafts alkylation of phenol, I will be getting the OH group is intact, the methyl group will come to ortho position, or it will go to para position. Because the OH is the electron releasing group, it will increase the electron density in ortho or para positions by resonance. It is more reactive than benzene. So this is cresol, orthocresol, para-cresol. Or I can say 2-methyl phenol, 4-methyl phenol. Methyl phenols are called cresols. Now I am taking you to very important reaction. Are we ready, sir? Hello?
Ready.
This reaction is so special. Now, so far I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reactions, and the 6th reaction is very important for me. Can I clear it? Yesterday I also have written a reaction like when it reacts with acetic acid in presence of a base, I will be getting OCOCH. It is called phenyl acetate. Reaction between carboxylic acid and phenol catalyzed by base or acid is called esterification. It is called phenyl acetate. Any alcohol can react with any carboxylic acid. Any phenol can react with any carboxylic acid. The H plus of phenol and the OH of acid will be lost as water. We will be getting phenyl esters. What they are called, sir? Phenyl?
Yes.
Phenyl?
Phenyl ester.
I am not worried of that, but I am now going to talk a very important reaction. Normally, they are asking in IIT mains and IIT advanced on that concept. So, I will be doing it very slow. Very slow. If you take phenol, if you feel lazy to write like this, you can write like this. If you feel still lazy, you can write like that. If you still feel lazy, you can write like that. All they represent phenol. See, this way, or pi OH. Pi is a shortcut symbol for C6. Anyway, you can write. When it reacts with, sir, can you identify what is this compound?
Chloroform.
Carefully observe, sir. This is one hydrogen. This compound called 2-hydroxybenzoaldehyde is called as salicylaldehyde. What is it called, sir? The salicylaldehyde can easily undergo oxidation in air. If you put it in air, it will do salicylic acid. IUPAC name of this is 2-hydroxy benzoic acid. or 2-hydroxybenzene carboxylic acid. 2-hydroxybenzene carboxylic acid. So salicylic acid. The salicylic acid is a very important acid used in medicine, sir. You are very familiar with Zindothilsmol. You know what is Zindothilsmol?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes.
can make Zindothilsmol starting with this. I can make aspirin tablet starting with this. Directly I can dissolve it in alcohol and give to you. If you have ringworm, you know what is ringworm?
Yes, sir.
It is a circular red color patch that comes on body on many places, especially in the groins, where you are putting your underwear. You will be getting too much itchy sense because of the ringworm. So you have to make a hole to the pocket of your pant and you should keep on scratching. It will be very difficult. You will be feeling so itchy. And that won't go that easy. If it comes in anywhere else, there is no much problem. But if it comes in secret place, there is a damn problem. In public, when you are talking, you feel, hesitated to scratch. Yes or no? Okay? For that problem of ringworm, you can dissolve salicylic acid in alcohol and apply as a lotion. It is called Sapat lotion, available in market. What is its name, sir? Hello?
Sapat lotion.
You can buy Sapat lotion in any medical shop. What is Sapat lotion means? Solution of salicylic acid. If you apply immediately, ringworm will be burned down, but it will be too much burning, painful, my God. So salicylic acid is a very important chemical. It is made by the reaction of phenol with chloroform and NaOH. Are you seeing it clearly? Hello?
Yes, sir.
In fact, if you carefully see, sir, there is one hydrogen here. There is one hydrogen here. There is one hydrogen here. How many hydrogens, sir? Hello? How many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3. These 3 hydrogens will go with 3 Cls as 3 HCl in presence of 3 NaOH. 3 NaOH plus 3 HCl will give 3 NaCl and 3 water. And it will be O minus. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, when you are putting water, obviously water will give H plus, it will become 2-hydroxysalicilarate. This reaction is called a Riemer-Tiemer reaction. What is Riemer-Tiemer reaction? A reaction of phenol with chloroform and NaOH. In Riemer-Tiemer reaction, what is the product? Salicylaldehyde. What is the IUPAC name of salicylaldehyde? 2-hydroxybenzene carbaldehyde or 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde. 2-hydroxybenzene carbaldehyde. 2-hydroxybenzene carbaldehyde. The salicylaldehyde is very important chemical. What happens when salicylaldehyde is oxidized? In air, it undergoes oxidation to give salicylic acid, which is very important compound to make many medicines, including aspirin, Sapat lotion, Sapat malam, Zindothilsmol, etc. I am going to tell you how to make Zindothilsmol by yourself if you want. Okay. Sir, what is Riemer-Tiemer reaction? Are we familiar? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Riemer, spelling you observe carefully. Riemer-Tiemer reaction. I want to write it again. Simply in IPA board exam, if they ask you to write Riemer-Tiemer reaction, C6H5OH on arrow put chloroform and 3 NaOH gives C6H4OH and CHO plus 3 NaCl plus 3 water. Or if you want to write in a more detailed way, Phenol, chloroform and NaOH. Put here water. Hydroxybenzene carbohydrate, 3 salt, 3 water. It is salicylaldehyde. What is the IUPAC name? 2-hydroxy benzene carbohydrate. Very important. Name of the reaction? Reamer reaction. Are we clear, sir? Hello? In the Reamer-Tiemer reaction, is the carbon chloroform. If you take carbon tetrachloride, you directly get salicylic acid. No need of salicylaldehyde and oxidation. Direct CO. Wow. Chloroform means you get aldehyde. CCl4 means direct salicylic acid. Wonderful. Sir, I want to talk to you about Riemann-Tiemann reaction for 1 hour. Why 1 hour you want to talk, sir? Are you crazy? We have so much time. I want to take rest. Come on. Sir, this is very important compound. If you know how to make it, you can convert into salicylic acid. You can make your Jindatil-Ismath. Every time you need not have to buy. You can make 1 bucket full of Jindatil-Ismath. Do you use Jindatil-Ismath, by the way?
Sir, we know.
It is a wonderful medicine, I tell you. Available in Hyderabad. There is a street, entire street will give pleasant smell of Jindatil-Ismath. There is a factory, you know where it is? You know where it is? Hello?
No.
No, you don't know. You don't move around in the city. You don't. So, Reamer-Tiemann reaction, I want to speak to you in detail. Should you permit me to talk now, sir? You want to do some other time? Everybody is feeling tired. Come on. बहुत थक गया भाई.
Preparation is there.
हाँ जी. हाँ, हमारा सर का ऊपर इंटरमीडिएट प्रिपरेशन भी आ गया है, तो मुसीबत पड़ गया है ना? है ना?
Yes, sir.
Sir, give me 2 minutes, sir. Just I'll tell you briefly mechanism how this happens. Sir, the chloroform, the carbon is locked to 3 Cls and a hydrogen. The Cls are more electronegative, so they want to suck the electrons. When they are sucking the electrons, it can give H plus. Yes or no? Chloroform can be acidic. Chloroform can give H plus because there are 3 Cls which want to suck electrons. When chloroform is added with a base, urgently chloroform will give CCl3 minus ion and water. Whenever I add chloroform with NaOH, you know chloroform is CHCl3. You know its name? CHCl3. What is it, sir? Hello?
CS3.
Chloroform is a sweet smelling liquid. If you happen to inhale it, you feel like inhaling more and more. Unknowingly, you will inhale it and you become unconscious. Chloroform is like a tempting, sweet smelling liquid. And people used to give it before operations. They used to give chloroform a dose and patient will become unconscious. Then you can cut open the body and do surgery. Anesthetic. This chloroform, if you add NaOH, gives CCl3 minus ions. Are we clear, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
In CCl3 minus ion, the carbon is less electronegative. It is not really interested to hold the negative charge. Therefore, the Cl will become very naughty. My dear carbon, anyway, you can't take the negative charge. You are dying to keep the negative charge. What I do is, I take the negative charge and divorce you. Then, urgently, you get CCl2, Cl minus. Now, this carbon is not having minus charge, but the carbon is also not having 8 electrons. electrons. This carbon has how many electrons, sir? Sir, this is Cl bond, this is Cl bond, this is having two electrons. The carbon has how many electrons, sir? Hello?
6.
6 electrons.
And notice, originally carbon is supposed to have 4 electrons. 1, 2, one of these two, one of these two. So carbon number of electrons are originally there, but it is not stable. It has only 6. This is called dichlorocarbon. What is it called, sir? Your chloroform in presence of NaOH will become dichlorocarbon. The dichlorocarbon is a very, very active species. It wants 2 electrons from anybody, from everybody. It is a reactive species. Dichlorocarbon forms when chloroform reacts with NaOH. First, chloroform gives H plus to give CCl3 minus. In CCl3 minus, Cl will get out as Cl minus, resulting in dichlorocarbon. Dichlorocarbon loves to take 2 electrons because carbon does not have 8 electrons. Anybody who loves to take electrons is called what, sir? Hello? Is called what, sir?
Electrophile.
It is an electrophile. So you generated an electrophile called dichlorocarbon by adding chloroform with NaOH. I will be writing it once again. It is your chloroform. You added NaOH. So you got water and the CCl3 minus. The CCl3 minus last Cl minus. You generated a dichlorocarbon. It is an electrophile. It loves the centers where there are electrons. Now, this mixture of chloroform and NaOH you added to whom, sir? Phenol. The phenol is crazy. The moment it sees NaOH, urgently the phenol will become sodium phenoxide. O minus. That's what. Sir, this phenoxide has minus charge. If the minus charge comes here, these electrons, you see, I will draw once again to show you. Sir, I will write minus charge here, of course. Sir, if the minus charge is coming here, this electron should go there, no, sir? If the electrons are going there, carbon will get minus charge. In CCl2, this carbon is requiring 2 electrons because it has 2 electrons. So they will come. Can you see what happened? Hello? The pi electrons which are connecting carbon number 1 and 2 have shifted between carbon number 2 and C. Why they shifted between carbon number 2 and C? Because the negative charge has come between O and 1. So you are getting this double bond CCl. Can you see it clearly, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, as a result of this, here there is a hydrogen, no? You know this carbon has hydrogen? Do you know this carbon has hydrogen? Hello?
Yes.
This particular hydrogen, the carbon which is getting minus charge is not able to hold the minus charge. Why it is getting minus charge? Because it has taken the pi bond. It is not able to hold the minus charge, so immediately it will give the electron pair to H plus. When it gives the electron pair to H plus, now minus charge is coming to whom, sir? Minus charge is coming to this carbon. Can you see it clearly? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
As a result, you got CHCl2, double bond O. Here there is a double bond. Here there is minus charge. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. The minus charge can go there and oxygen can again become minus. There is no issue. Okay. If you are putting water, it can happily become phenol. No issue. Ladies and gentlemen, in this position you introduce CHCl2. Have you seen, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Now, when this fellow is treated with NaOH, the Cls are replaced by OH minus, that is called a nucleophilic substitution. When two Cls are replaced by two OH groups, here in this position, this is OH, it is CH, OH and OH. If two OH groups are there on the same carbon, the two OH groups will urgently react and give lose water. When they lose water, H and OH is lost. You will be getting CHO. So at the end of the cinema, you got 2-hydroxy-benzoaldehyde. So I will be writing it step by step. Probably when you are now totally relaxed. At the moment, I don't want to write because everybody is tired. Just I will point out this reaction once again in a very brief pattern. In the textbook, they have not written the mechanism. Mechanism is needed only for advance. So simply I am saying when phenol reacts with chloroform and 3 moles of NaOH, urgently in this position, you are introducing a CHO. When this fellow is treated with water, it will become 2-hydroxy benzene carbaldehyde or salicylaldehyde, and this is a very important chemical. In the formation of salicylaldehyde from chloroform and NaOH, CCl2 is an active species called dichlorocarbon. The dichlorocarbon forms by the reaction of chloroform with NaOH. Because it is an electrophile, it attacks in the ortho position, it undergoes some changes to give you salicylaldehyde. In this reaction, instead of chloroform by dichloride tetrachloride, I directly get salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a very important chemical. It is used in the manufacture of many medicines. Are we clear about that, sir?
Yes, sir.
So I am not going to give you the mechanism at this point of time now, but I named the reaction as Riemer-Tiemann reaction. I repeat, the Riemer reaction between phenol, chloroform, and NaOH. Is it fine with this? Now, for now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you permit me, I just want to speak another 5 minutes. Can you give me 5 minutes time, please?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not interested to really torture you, but we have to cover the syllabus. A lot of syllabus is there in chemistry. Unfortunately. Okay, sir. Sir, this compound, can you name its compound, sir? What is this compound?
Phenol.
Phenol.
Phenol. When the phenol reacts with acetic acid or acid chloride or any acid derivative. You take any of these things, either acid or acid chloride or acid anhydride, any acid derivative can react with any alcohol, the H plus of alcohol and this OH will be lost as water, or the H plus alcohol and the Cl of acid chloride is lost as HCl. The H plus of alcohol and CH3COO minus of acid anhydride will be lost as acetic acid. Anything you can take acid or acid derivative, it reacts with alcohol or phenol to give you ester. Sir, can you name this ester, please? What is the name of this ester, sir? Hello? What is the name of this ester?
Methyl benzoate.
What is the name of this compound?
Methyl benzoate.
Sir, the name of this compound is phenyl ethanoate. Phenyl ethanoate. Name it, sir. Phenyl
Phenyl
ethanoate. Phenylic esters. It is a phenyl ester. Phenyl ethanoate has a weak point. If you heat the phenyl ethanoate with AlCl3, urgently the CH3CO will go to second position or fourth position and hydrogen will go there. So urgently you will be getting OH in our bag and COCH3 in second position or COCH3 in the fourth position. This compound is called ketoester. I mean ketophenol. 2 ketophenol or 4 keto. It is a ketone, no? Hello. The phenylic esters on heating with aluminum chloride undergo a rearrangement. The hydrogen in the second position will go to O, CH3CO will go to second position, or hydrogen in the fourth position will go to O, CH3CO will go to fourth position. They are called phenolic ketones. This reaction is called a rearrangement. The rearrangement where phenolic esters undergo a rearrangement to give phenolic ketones is called Friese rearrangement. What is it called, sir?
Friese rearrangement.
What is Friese rearrangement? It is a typical organic reaction where phenolic ester undergoes rearrangement. In the rearrangement, hydrogen in the ortho or para position goes back to oxygen and the keto group migrate to second or fourth position. The reaction where phenolic esters rearrange to give you phenolic ketones. It is a method of preparation of ketones. Name of the reaction is the Friese rearrangement. What is it, sir? Friese rearrangement. Friese rearrangement. What are the reagents of Friese rearrangement? First you take phenol and acid, or phenol and acid chloride, or phenol and acid anhydride. Any of these acid derivatives. You will be incorporating a COCH3 in the phenolic position. You are making a ester. How can you make ester? By reacting alcohol with acid or acid derivative. What are acid and acid derivatives? CH3COOH is an acid. If OH is replaced by Cl, acid chloride. If OH is replaced by RCOO, acid anhydride. Fine. We concluded. Thank you very much. Now let's quickly look at what all we have tried to look at. You have to name the reactions. That's the last exercise. Sorry, is phenol. I add neutral ferric chloride. What I get, sir? Hello?
Violet color.
I get a violet coloration due to the formation of ferric Fe(C6H5O) 3 times complex. A complex between phenoxide ion and iron. Don't worry about it. What happens if I add NaOH? Sodium
Neutralization.
It is a neutralization reaction. What happens if I add sodium bicarbonate?
No reaction.
No reaction.
What happens if I add CCl4 and bromine? I get
Monobromination.
2 bromophenol and 4 bromophenol. What happens if I add water and bromine? I get 2,4,6-dibromophenol. What happens if I am adding CH3Cl and AlCl3.
Middlecraft filter.
Middlecraft filtration.
I get 2-methylphenol or 4-methylphenol. What happens if I react with
Chloroform and
chloroform and NaOH? Salicylaldehyde. What is the name of this reaction? Riemann. What happens if I take CCl for NaOH? I directly get the salicylic acid. And what happens when first I react with acid chloride and then I heat with AlCl? There is a free C arrangement. I will be getting a keto group. Can you see, sir? Hello? Free C arrangement. So these are some reactions of phenol, but one most important reaction called Kolb reaction. What is that, sir? Kolb reaction, the last reaction we said. What's the name of this, sir? Kolb reaction. Can you say the name once again? Kolb reaction. So many teachers call the Kolb reaction as Kolbe reaction. Kolbe, like Ant Bay. Kolbe is a wrong way of calling this Kolb reaction. What is Kolb reaction? Last, when phenol reacts with carbon dioxide and NaOH under high pressure, the CO2 will go and sit here. You will get salicylic acid. First you should put CO2 and then NaOH high pressure and finally you should put water. You directly get a salicylic acid. This reaction is called Kolb reaction. In fact, for advanced students, I want to tell you step-by-step view of Kolb reaction and a Riemann-Tiemann reaction in some other class. If everybody wants, for everybody also I will tell when they have time. Now, for IPE exam and IIT main, mechanism of all these reactions at this point is not necessary. Be familiar with the name Kolb reaction. Kolb reaction is a reaction of carbon dioxide. Kolb reaction is a reaction between phenol, carbon dioxide, and NaOH. With this, we can conclude these are some reactions of phenols. Phenols are wonderful starting materials used in the manufacture of many compounds like bakelite. Bakelite is a material used to make switchboards. You know, switchboard is made with a hard material. Have you seen white material, switchboard?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes,
The
sir.
switchboard material is called bakelite. Bakelite is made by the reaction of phenol with formaldehyde. So bakelite, many plastics are made with phenol. Your Jindal Ispat contain salols. Salols are aromatic esters of phenols, and salols can be made with phenol. Your Amrutanjan, Vicks VapoRub, all these medicines require essential products made from phenol. Phenol is directly used in cleaning toilets. For heart attack, if you want to prevent heart attack, doctors will give aspirin. Aspirin is directly prepared from phenol. It is called acetyl salicylic acid. How it is made, I will be talking to you tomorrow. Not given in the textbook, but I want to talk to you how the heart attack medicine can be made tomorrow, if you permit me. Will you permit me, sir?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
In fact, I prefer to prepare and show you in the laboratory this particular medicine, very important medicine. The phenol is used to prepare aspirin. Aspirin is a heart attack medicine. In America, they are using for every problem Tylenol. Come on, you take Tylenol. That is the OTC, over-the-counter drug. In America, you can't buy medicines like in India. You require prescription. But OTC, over-the-counter drugs can be bought in supermarkets. Tylenol is one such medicine. They are selling it in, half kg Tylenol tablets. Very crazy people. The Tylenol is otherwise called phenacetin. The Tylenol is also made from phenol. So tomorrow we are going to look at that Tylenol or paracetamol, para-acetamidophenol, how they can be made. Paracetamol, have you heard the name paracetamol by the way? Hello.
Yes, sir.
You know, paracetamol is the crocin in nowadays corona time. Everybody is eating crocin like, I don't know, peanuts. That crocin tablet, what is crocin tablet, how to make it? All these medicines which you are using in day-to-day life are made from phenols. We will be looking at them in the next class. But generally, phenol is a very important compound. Picric acid is used to make explosives. The dynamite can be made starting with phenol. Okay, so we will be looking at all those ideas. But this is a talk on phenol. We have completed phenols. Any more doubts, sir?
No, sir.
Tomorrow, we will be taking textbook and exploring it line by line, word by word. Every bit of the textbook we will be scanning up to phenols. Once you complete phenols, then slowly we go to ethers. Once ethers are over, this chapter will be over. This week, we aim to complete the chapter. Alcohols, phenols, ethers. Notice, you feel it is difficult in the beginning, but the practice makes
Perfect.
Man, perfect.
even a woman perfect, stupid fellows. Everybody will become
Sir,
perfect.
इसका NCERT पढ़ लेना sir.
Anji?
NCERT we should study NCERT till here, sir.
Sir, NCERT is our Quran.
Yes, sir.
So, no need to say that every day you should read Quran, at least one verse of Quran. Are you reading, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Like we are reading Quran, we have to read NCERT chemistry textbook, organic. Once you master this, advanced ideas automatically will. So today you are asking me to close my class. Actually, I want to continue up to 1 o'clock, but public demand I have to obey. Sir, you have to cooperate, sir. At least Wednesday 2 hours class, please permit me. Because
Sir, you take till 1, sir.
yeah, but public is asking me,
have
people are putting me
Much more
messages.
syllabus, second revision is also there. Sir, we
Yeah,
have to
there is a
complete
lot of syllabus.
last
That's why I am
syllabus.
taking 2
Exactly, sir.
hours.
पूरा first year का भी revise करना है फिर.
हाँ, बहुत काम तो पड़े है वैसे. हर रोज हम कल करेंगे वैसा सोचेगा तो syllabus कम खत्म हो, है ना? So I was talking to you about the preparation of phenols. Sir, you will be asking me why I am getting violet color if I add ferric chloride to phenol. If you are adding ferric chloride to phenol, what happens is you get a complex. Sir, this is your C6H5OH, that is phenol. In this phenol, you are adding ferric chloride. 3 moles of phenol will react with ferric chloride to give you, actually, this is a bigger complex. Actually, 6 moles will react. Will be C6H5O minus 6 times. B minus plus. Okay, let's see. And what is remaining, sir? Actually, it is a problem. Should be like this, right? Should be like this. Okay. Okay. So let's see how it is. Is that fine, sir? No, there is a problem, no?
Sir, carbon, not.
No. My problem is the iron part. Actually, it is FeC6H5O 6 times complex. And it should have 3 minus. It is 6H plus. And 3 Pi minus. Can't one Fe plus 3. I can write FeCl3. Probably this is a better way of looking. No, check sir, is it balance or not? It's not balanced.
Carbon.
Yes, sir. Why, sir, you have taken 6 phenols? There are 6 phenoxide ions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Kale Kadamba compound. This is a complex that is forming and that gives the violet color. So that's a characteristic identification mark for phenol. How to test phenol? Aromatic compounds which have the phenolic group will react with perchlorate to give violet coloration. There is a compound called phthalic anhydride. Sir, what is the name of the compound, sir?
Anhydride.
Phthalic anhydride. When phenol is heated with phthalic anhydride, I repeat, when phenol is heated with phthalic anhydride in presence of sulfuric acid, I will write down this carefully. Please write down, this is a test for phenols. Whether a phenol is not there can be identified with this. I will be showing you this. Phenol, any compound that has phenolic group. Sir, this is a phenol. Even this is also a phenolic compound, sir.
Sir, video closed.
This
You
is
are-
called a naphthol. Naphthol is also having OH linked to aromatic system.
Sir,
Naphthol. Anything that has a OH group linked to benzene-like
Sir,
system
video
is
is off,
called
sir.
phenol. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir, your
Video is off,
video
sir.
got off.
My video got off? Wow, congratulations. So don't worry. So let me conclude this without writing. I would say that when phenol reacts with the phthalic anhydride, PTHALIC, phthalic anhydride in sulfuric acid, you will be getting a compound called phenol phthalate. PHENOL, phenol phthalate, PTHALE. I repeat, there is a compound called phthalic anhydride. When phthalic anhydride reacts with the phenol and sulfuric acid, why my video is off? I want to know. Hello, I'm visible now. Yep. Sir, this is the last part. Is the board is visible to you? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, I'm just writing phenol, anything that has OH linked to benzene system reacts with phthalic anhydride in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. You get what is called phenolphthalein. It is there in your laboratory. Every laboratory has phenolphthalein. It's a white powder. If you add a little bit of phenolphthalein to any base, it will give deep violet color. Phenolphthalein is used as an indicator to identify bases. Any base gives a deep violet color with phenolphthalein. Sir, what is phenol, sir? What is phenol? What is phthalic acid, sir? On benzene, if you put two COOH groups, 1,2-dicarboxylic acid, benzene, is called phthalic acid. What is it, sir? Phthalic acid. When phthalic acid is seen, it has two COOH groups. So the OH and H plus can be lost as water. When it loses, you get phthalic anhydride. See the structure? Phthalic anhydride. Interesting, right? On benzene COO, CO. Phthalic anhydride. Phthalic anhydride reacts with phenol. I want you to kindly open your notebook and write down. Please write down, sir. Please write down one by one. Slowly, I will tell. It is not there in the textbook. Slowly, only this one I want you to write. COOH. If I write one COOH, benzoic acid. On the second position, under COOH, phthalic acid. If you are heating phthalic acid, in presence of any dehydrating agent, say in presence of P2O5, in presence of concentrated H2SO4, any dehydrating agent can remove water from this acid. You will be getting phthalic anhydride, C double bond O, C double bond O. This is a cyclic compound called phthalic anhydride. anhydride. When phthalic acid reacts with a dehydrating agent, which removes water, you get phthalic anhydride. Phthalic anhydride is a very useful compound. Phthalic anhydride. Have you written phthalic anhydride, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please write down phthalic anhydride. Simple, no? On benzene 1,2-dicarboxylic acid, water is lost. You got a cyclic compound, bicyclic compound. Once you have phthalic anhydride, sir, let us look at what happens. Please write down carefully. This is your phthalic anhydride. C double bond O, O, C double bond O. When the phthalic anhydride reacts with phenol, can you see clearly, sir? Phenol. In presence of sulfuric acid. Sir, sulfuric acid is a reagent which always wants to drink water. No, is there any water here? Any possibility of getting water here? No. Any possibility of water here? No. What it will do is, this para hydrogen of two phenols and this oxygen will combine, water is lost. In the C double bond O1 oxygen, the two para hydrogens of two phenols will be lost as water by sulfuric acid. Therefore, this molecule, here there was C double bond O. You have removed that oxygen. You have removed this oxygen, therefore, here one phenol group link. Here one phenol group link.
Sir, once explain this one, sir. Again.
Please look at this. We got a gigantic molecule called phenolphthalein. A wonderful compound, a white powder. Look here, sir. Phthalic anhydride. How you got phthalic anhydride, sir? Are you able to see my board here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
it's your phthalic acid, 1,2-dicarboxylic acid. The phthalic acid actually lost water because of sulfuric acid. This HOH minus lost as water. When they lose water, the C double bond O link to C double bond. You got this phthalic anhydride. The phthalic anhydride, there is concentrated sulfuric acid, it always want water. So when you are added phenol, the fourth hydrogen of phenol group, these two hydrogens and the double bond O of phthalic anhydride will be lost as water. So instead of C double bond O, the C is linked to one canal and another canal. This cyclic system that has three benzene rings linked to this is called phenolphthalein. What is it called, sir? Hello? Phenolphthalein. Can you see it clearly? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if this is losing a H plus, then it gets a minus charge and that can flow and give a very beautiful system like this. Wow. If you look at this structure, sir, you can see yourself, this opens here. Very interesting. Double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. Can you see double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond? My God. Double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, negative charge. A very complicated cyclic system that has a minus charge and that has big conjugation. This dirty fellow can give red color with any base. Okay, sir? This base is giving red color because this phenol can lose the H plus to base to give a gigantic cyclic system. So this is your phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein, whenever you add a base, one of the hydrogen will make a water molecule and it gets a lot of conjugation. So phenolphthalein, up to this point you learn today, here we stop. Phenolphthalein. Can you see it clearly? You can type in your Google and check what is phenolphthalein, what is its use. Only just for fun. What is phenolphthalein, how it is used. Please type in Google and search. Just now I indicated that phthalic acid reacts with phenol in presence of sulfuric acid to give phenolphthalein. It is an indicator. It indicates a base. Any base will do deep red color with this. Okay, sir? That's one extension of the discussion. We have concluded phenols beyond any doubt. Only mechanism of Remathiaction I want to remind you. That's fine. The only part remaining in this topic is ethers. Ethers we will be talking. Once we complete ethers, we will give a pause.
The Kolbe reaction also you told you will explain.
Kolbe reaction is a reaction of carbon dioxide with phenol in presence of NaOH. Directly you get salicylic acid. So two mechanisms we need to talk. Kolbe reaction, Remathiaman reaction. Okay? So now you can take a break. I am so pleased. Tomorrow we continue with these two reactions and ethers. But by and large, we look at the text. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
క్లాస్ లో
Okay.
ఒక్క నిమిషం అయిపోయింది